today's morning power of call. Again, this one's from on the road, so it should feel a little bit different than normal at home base, but this is a good opportunity for us to gather together. It sounds like the audio is working. You guys can hear me clearly enough, so let's go ahead and dive in. Now, today I want to talk about, well, first, pause. I've run into a few students out there in the wild as of the last couple of months, and it's been a lot of fun. And the cool thing about it is I was thinking about this today on my way over here, and that is every time I've run into an AT student, it's been in a G location. It's either been at a combat gym or it's been a nice steakhouse. You guys have always been, I've always run into you guys in the right kind of places. So it's good to know that when I do run these students, it is in a place where I'm proud to be running into you there. So let's talk about this really quick. And guys, I'm probably going to apologize for the sound. I'm on the road, so finding a good location to these isn't ideal. But let's talk about becoming the self-aware copywriter, what that means, and how that helps you as a copywriter, right? Now, when I say self-aware, I mean that you're able to notice or observe the thoughts and emotions that happen inside of your mind as you experience copywriting. Now, let me explain a little bit further what I mean by that. If you could sit there and read copy, obviously when you read copy, it has an effect on you. It triggers thoughts, it triggers questions, it triggers emotions, it triggers desire, right? Most people aren't aware of those things. They experience it passively, right? Your average person will read a sales letter that one of you write, and they won't be able to say exactly what has happened, but their life will change, right? Their beliefs will change. They'll have thoughts, they'll have emotions, they'll have desires. They'll be compelled to do something for different reasons they can't really tell you, right? Because they're just not aware of it. Now, most of you, when you walk through the door, are that same exact way. You don't have the built-in awareness that comes as you specifically seek to develop it, right? Now, when you have that level of self-awareness, when you're able to notice what's happening inside of your mind when you're consuming copy, it gives you the ability to turn around and create that experience in others and control that experience on a higher level, right? So it is a process to develop this sense of awareness, right? It's a valuable process, but there is a process to develop this awareness. So let me kind of explain to you how I recommend you approach this problem. I want you to go out and I want you to become aware of the time that you are consuming copy in the wild, right? So if you're seeing an ad, if you're scrolling on social media and you're seeing content, if you're reading a sales page, I want you guys to become aware of the times that you are experiencing copy, because a lot of times people are trying to influence you and persuade you throughout your life, and most people don't even pay attention to the fact that it's happening. So first step was to start looking for opportunities to realize, someone is trying to influence me, right? Now, as you guys do this, like, realize that not all influence is bad. 9 times out of 10, if someone's trying to influence you, they're trying to influence you for good, right? At least the kind of copywriters that you guys are, the kind that you're going to run into in the wild. So it's not necessarily that you should see someone trying to influence you and think, oh no, they're trying to influence me. Like, just be aware of it, right? Become aware of it, and you'll be able to filter out the good ones. But become aware of the number of times when someone's trying to influence you, whether that's when you check out at Starbucks, whether that's when you read something online, when you watch a video. Become aware of the fact that people are trying to influence you, right? That's step number 1. Now, as you do this, I want you guys to go out and read copy. And when people are trying to influence you, I want you to start paying attention to how you feel, what thoughts or questions bubble up inside of your awareness, right? Again, a big part of the model that you guys work under as copywriters is you can kind of rise above your own self and pay attention to what the thoughts and feelings are as they arise within you, right? Become aware of that, right? As you read copy, try and see what you feel. Try and see what questions come up, right? Here's what I recommend you. I recommend you're reading your copy, and on a piece of paper, you write down what you think or feel as you go through it, right? You can do this with stuff in a swipe file. You can do this with stuff you run into in your regular life. But I want you guys to all take some time today to pay attention to the specific thoughts or feelings that arise in your mind as you consume someone else's copy, right? Now, you can do this with other people's copy. You can do it with other students' copy. That's how you give really good feedback, is you pay attention to what you feel as you read someone else's copy, and then you can give them feedback on it. But you can also do this on your own, right? At a certain level, you'll be able to detach from yourself enough to observe your own thoughts and feelings as you read that copy, right? Which will give you insights on things you can improve or change. Some questions that pop up will be good questions you can double down on to make it more persuasive. Other questions are going to reveal certain weaknesses inside your copy, right? But you have to develop the ability to step aside, step back, and consume the copy and become aware of the effects of this creating inside of your own mind and inside of your own self, let's say. Now, once you consume your own copy, you can also turn around and consume your own sales pages, your own sales outreach. When you go read your emails, going out to reach clients and say, like, what does this create in their mind? What does this create in their heart, right? What thoughts or emotions arise as they come through this? What questions pop up? You might be surprised at some of the things that happen, right? And the thing is, once you can go through this process and become aware of what someone else is likely to think, feel, or experience when they consume your copy, it gives you the levers you need to then control it and reverse engineer the process so they think, feel, and want the things you want them to think, feel, and want. But it all rests on your ability to become self-aware, which is just by putting in reps and trying to ask yourself, what am I hearing? What am I seeing? What am I thinking? What am I feeling as a result of this copy, right? You need to go through this process. This can come to the point where you walk into the bathroom, look at yourself in the mirror, and see what thoughts or feelings arise. Like if you were someone else looking at you, what would they think? What would they feel? What thoughts come to mind if they look at you? You can do this for everything, right? Becoming aware of the results or the effects of copy, of a presentation, of even yourself to others is what gives you the ability to reverse engineer the process to change things so you can create a better experience, right? This is key, right? You can't be a copywriter and make any kind of real money in this world unless you're able to become self-aware, understand what's happening inside your own mind as a reader of someone else's copy. So then you can turn around and create the correct experience in someone else's mind. Guys, it's been a good call. It's been a loud call. But I hope you guys are all able to hear and understand this and can turn around and use this information to create better experiences for your readers. And the better the experience you can create for your readers, the more compelling, the more exciting, all based on your own self-awareness, the more money you'll make and the better you'll proceed through this world, right? The faster you'll reach that 10K a month, the faster you'll be able to become financially free. Now, it's been a good call. I will talk with you guys again tomorrow.